Hi everyone, it's Michelle with the Building for Kids. Today I want to show you how to make some DIY clay. This is salt dough clay. It can be really frustrating to be home and want to do some creating and making when you don't have very many supplies. And I know that's true when I like to sculpt. It can be so frustrating to not have clay and not have things to sculpt with. So this is a recipe for things that you might already have in your pantry. For salt dough. So we need flour, salt, regular table salt, and water, and a bowl to mix it all in. So, got my measuring cups here. We are going to do 1 cup of flour, 1/4 cup salt, and we're going to do 1/3 cup of water. We might end up needing a little bit more water than this, but as we like to say at the BFK, you can always add more, but it's very hard to take it out. Got 1/3 cup. And I'm going to mix that all together. Make sure you're mixing it nice and thoroughly. At first it's going to look like this isn't going to be enough water, but we want to make sure we've done a good job mixing before we find out if that's actually true. You could also do this with a hand mixer or a standing mixer if you have one of those at home. I'm just using a spoon today. All right, it's starting to come together. You can see things are a little bit crumbly looking. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more water. If your arm gets tired, you can always switch hands. If you wanted to make your salt dough clay a little bit more fancy, you could add a little bit of food coloring to it so it's colorful. I'm gonna make mine just this sort of white color for now because I might want to paint it later. All right, this is starting to look better. So I'm gonna use my hands to really knead it and mix it up. Oh, there we go. See, we're starting to get some shape there. I want to make sure that I pick up all the dry bits at the bottom. So I like to press my dough down, then scoop it up, and knead it into a ball. And we'll repeat that process a few times. Press it down, pick it up, and knead it into a ball. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Oh, I may have overdone it. Now we're a little bit soupy. You see? That's okay. We'll keep kneading it. I can scoop my dough around the inside of my bowl to try to pick up other pieces, absorb some of that water. Let's see. So this is a little wet and sticky, but the more I play with it, the more it will dry out, so I'm not too worried. I could also dust this with a little bit more flour to dry it up. If you find that you're having the opposite problem, where your dough is too dry yet, instead of pouring more water in, you could also just dip your hand in so your fingers are just wet and work with it that way. That way you're adding just a little bit of water at a time. I think this is what I'll work with for now. So now I've got my clay. I can sculpt with it, I can mold with it. And I can bake it to dry it. If I want to sculpt something out of this and make it last a little bit longer, make it nice and hard, I can either let it air dry, that might take a while, or I could stick it in the oven at 250 degrees for a couple hours. You might check on it a little bit, make sure that it's doing all right. If you want to just keep playing with it like Play-Doh, you certainly can, and you could store it in a baggie. Keep an eye on it. Remember, this is made of food products. Flour and salt are both things we also use to cook with. So if you notice it starting to smell or getting moldy, I think it would be time to throw it out and start over. So I think this will be great for some art projects or maybe even some building projects. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We would love to see what kind of clay you make or your clay creations. We hope to see you again soon, and we hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.